So, next level up, which is an event probably in 3 or 4 months' time, is once you've got some stats and they're building up, and this event is going to be about making sense of them. So you come in with a bit of performance data, and we pick it apart and really, as a group, understand what's going wrong, what's going right within that business, what buy signals that suggests, which search engines you're doing well on, what phrases people are coming in on, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be the kind of the next event on this theme. The third one is start forming obsessive cliques. We hope that out of this you will understand that there's so much at stake that you will want to benchmark more carefully with other people and go, okay, who's doing extremely well on bounce? It's you and you. Okay, well, let's actually get together and do some proper sharing over a coffee or a pint or something, and really figure out how you've done that. Best performance data sharing, all that kind of thing. So we hope over a period of time these little private groups can emerge where people will go, okay, you know that event that we did on bounce, let's keep that going, let's continue that into some even greater depth on video, implementation of video. I know Han is placing a lot of emphasis on the future on video, so we'll have a group about how you commercialise video, how commercial perhaps those videos should be, whether you can get a seller message in there or it needs to give value, all that kind of stuff. Does it make sense? Yeah, kind of layer it all together like that, really. Okay, so very quickly then, funnel and path analysis. You got all sorts of methods, and I apologise, I've stolen this off someone else. So you've got all sorts of methods of getting people to your website. Some of them are online methods and traditional marketing. Some are sort of online-offline crossovers. You've got traditional stuff like people still spending a lot of money on yellow pages, but to drive people to a website. So you've got kind of different people looking at it. And then you've got the sort of classic funnel. What you need to do is get people to be visitors, to turn it into prospects, to turn it into customers. And then the big thing is this idea of lifetime value, how you can retain someone over a period of time and how they can be a kind of repeat customer. And at various points, your website, it should ideally look like that, shouldn't it? Everybody who arrives, applies or buys something. Some of your websites are finishing in very sharp little points. Yeah, and that's about your website as a system, as a machine, being very leaky. Yeah, and the stats will tell you exactly where the machine's leaky. You might have 100 people arrive at one page, and then the next logical page it's down to 90, and you go 10% attrition, not awful, down to 85, and then it drops down to 40. You know that there's something wrong on the previous page where they've just lost interest. Yeah, and the stats will tell you all of that kind of information, really. Okay, so my little concluding bits before we sort of look more practically at how we do this then are, what should you be measuring? What are the kind of performance issues that are happening on websites, really? And I think these are the big ones. So we've got an overall kind of traffic summary which analytics will give you, number of pages that people have looked at, unique visitors and returning visitors. This idea of hits is a bit of a red herring. Hits, one person can result in several hits even on the same page. So we're looking for visitors, unique visitors, and the manna from heaven, the returning visitor. Why are they returning? Hopefully because it wasn't confusing, but it was interesting and it's about them and useful to them. So what we're going to look at as well is what pages were most popular, what products, services were most popular, where people came and entered the website from, the keywords that they used at search engines. That's a really kind of revealing thing. If you're doing well on search, what words are they arriving there? We had a company called Risley Saddlery who are coming on board in this program, and as we did a course with them before Christmas, it became clear that they were selling leather goods to beyond the equestrian community, shall we say. So it's quite a revealing, thing that the search engine stuff kind of helped them understand, really. How long people stop for, big stuff like, we're going to talk about in a second, really, but this idea of identifying new markets where you're getting interest from around the world from and targeting that. We've had 1 or 2 people who've started to do that. I think Stephen Heath is selling a lot of, who's a new starter in the Nottingham group. He's selling a lot of musical downloads, digital downloads into America. It's his biggest market already. It's bigger than the UK market, I think. So, final stuff then. What does that drive in terms of kind of bottom line? Well, you can use these metrics to then make some direct connection between the performance of your website and looking at average sale price, profit margin. Abandonment is looking at your shopping cart for those who are selling online. You've got somebody all the way to a shopping cart and your stats will tell you how many carts you had abandoned. And it's not unusual to see 80% abandonment. Now that could be something wrong with the cart, but actually it's more likely to be in the lead up to that. People weren't reassured enough that you were trustworthy and it was going to turn up and there was some pedigree there and all that kind of stuff. Retention, lifetime value, looking at how many purchases you get off people, that kind of thing. So everybody happy with the why you should do it? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to bring Daughter up now and we'll just sort of have a chat through this idea of how you do it really. Is it that one?
Yeah. Should we just quickly check how many are already on, have already got Google Analytics installed? Most people have got it installed. And are you already really looking at it regularly and you totally know what you're doing?
That's 2 questions.
Let's split that up. Who's even looking at it? How often?
Pretty much every day.
Pretty so often.
I've got one email today, just speaking to somebody about it. It's not giving me what I want, really.
That's curving downwards worryingly as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're in the right place.
There's 2 visits this week, so...
2, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's only Tuesday. It's 1 a day. It's not bad, I suppose. Everything's relative. Right, well, it's obviously for some of you who've already got it and the developers, you already know how to install it, but so we'll whiz through some of those very quickly, but just to cover it a little bit. Like Johnny said, it's free and it's easy to set up, so you really might as well use it. It's a lot better to base your decisions on proper things. Like I think Mary was saying, there can easily be a lot of sort of I think, you think, when people come to websites, somebody thinks, oh, well, we should do this because this is important, and you think, no, we should do it this, but actually if you're looking at your stats, it will support your decision making, so it's easier to win an argument on. So this is some of the things we'll look at. How do you set it up? Some of the really basic things, but at the end we'll have a look. There's a couple of videos of some of the more sort of new and exciting and trendy things on there that people tend to overlook because you just look at the front dashboard and think that's great and maybe don't look into it too
Depending
deep.
on time, we do have some sandwiches through there.
Yeah.
I've got my eye.
Setting it up, so most of you have already done this. This is enormously clear. You get a little piece of code from Google when you're setting it up, when you register. It's about a 2-minute job to register, so anybody and everybody can do it. It's absolutely free. It gives you a little piece of code which you dump in your website, and if you can't do it, your developer can do it, or we can help you do it. It's, a few minutes job. It's not advanced at all.
So if you speak to your web designer and say, you say, I want to dump a bit of JavaScript in the bottom of each page, or the key pages, and then if they start sharp and take a breath like the plasterer does, name a very large figure. This is not a big job at all.
No, it's not. It kind of ties in with some of the stuff we've said before. It's even easier job if your website is well structured, so you've got an include file, so you can just do it in one place as opposed to in all. How many static pages have Kaz got? Hundreds. That might be a big job then.
We've got somebody just joined who's got 500 websites all live on all static-based websites as well.
So it might be a big figure for him, but
yeah, it's a bit of a bigger job.
Yeah.
Is it the same code for every page? Or is
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So I can stick it in a template?
Yeah, that's it.
The analytics just looks at what page it's on and just squirts that data back into text.
So this is slightly more exciting. Has anybody already shared their Google Analytics with other people before? Yeah? At least 2 fingers, maybe.
Is that a life-changing experience?
No, again, it's very simple, but it's part of this. So obviously this only relates to people who want to come on board as e-business champions, because you're going to get the opportunity to share your data, which more importantly means you get to see other people's data, to compare with people who are like-minded. And like Alistair said, you can search for other businesses that are the same as you, so you've got proper things to compare to, as opposed to, like you say, well, is 30% good or bad? So what you do in your front panel when you're logging into your analytics, analytics doesn't score great on usability and being user-friendly and intuitive, but there's a little thing that says user management down there. And you go into here, and again, very obviously, there's a very, very big button over here that says Add User. And it gives you the opportunity to kind of allow us to see them. We can't do anything to your stats. We can't mess it up. We can't tweak them, nothing. We just get the right to view them. So the address you need to give the rights to is my dodgy name. It's DORTE@echampions.co.uk, and obviously we'll put this all online afterwards, so you've got the details.